15 love.
That's well done. That's what we were talking about a bit in the pre-match, really going around that forehand. I love the way he creates space all the way around it, and it's just a beautiful strike here as he opens up the court.
That'll do nicely. Yeah, must give a big shout out to Christian Groh as well, who does a lot of work, has done a lot of work with Lerner in San Diego.
That's good stuff there from the Italian, former world #2. He traveled with Tommy for a long time and has really played a part in developing a lot of our young Americans, as has his coach on the court with him, Eric Diaz, who was very instrumental.
Game Sonego. Sonego leads 2 games to love for set.
Yeah. Yeah.
30 all.
In terms of producing on different surfaces.
40-13.
Producing a fair bit of heat earlier on.
Sonego leads 3 games to
Lorenzo
love.
Sonego, who is the American trying to get on the board here.
Well, that's a good start here. He went 0 for 4 on first serves in that first service game. Not the start he was looking for, but good.
He's made it. Nice counter.
Well, guys, I'm actually texting a little bit right now with Craig O'Shaughnessy. He's
well, right on cue, Nick. The Italian is a very solid volleyer up there and covers the net really well. He's sprinting forward there.
It's causing some problems at the moment.
Well, guys, when I was working in LA with Alex Mickelson, Taylor Fritz, Marcos Giron, and it was about a 5-week block, and he said every Saturday they were on the beach and learned.
Well, that's well done. He's responded really well to that early hiccup, maybe just shaking off a few nerves in the early stages.
This felt like about a month ago now. Give some time to Lorenzo Sonego on that forehand. At the moment, he is pummeling it.
That's well done.
Yeah, guys, Sonego testing that hamstring right there. It reminds me a lot of a boxer. He's got such quick twitch muscles, and even, you know, the coin toss, he was bouncing around, showing Learner Tien he was ready to go the distance. But I just love how quick he is around the ball. So many small.
Yeah, interestingly, he actually did his preseason at the.
Seen him sneak in with a serve and volley a couple times.
15.
Always find it fascinating now that they're at the later stages of their career, having played against Roger Federer. They're leaving himself exposed over there a bit. And oftentimes, if you go over there with the first ball, you can open up the side of the backhand. It makes it a little more comfortable to get to the Sonego backhand, which is absolutely what Tien will need to expose.
Main tour against the Southpaws.
Well, the natural tendency is exactly what you just saw there. The lefties grow up learning how to use that slice serve. It's a very comfortable serve. It stays low and it exposes the right-hander's backhand side. That's beautiful. Exposing that Tien forehand side. He's able to get around the slice, just sat up a little bit too much.
Yeah, that's the danger with the slice.
So that's well done, getting up there quickly. We've seen how about that?
Boys, how about those wheels? I mean, that, you know, when you think about the preseason and for Learner Tien every Saturday hitting the beach, doing those workouts with Alex Mickelson, Taylor Fritz, and those guys, that definitely paid off on that running forehand there.
That's a good response. Sometimes when a player hits a shot of that.
He has done a great job this week of saving break points. He's actually the leader.
Advantage Sonego.
That's beautiful. Build your confidence and build in your mind. Whenever you start to answer those sorts of opportunities faced in a positive way, it starts to give you that sort of composure in the moment.
Advantage, Sonego.
Just coming in from a little deep, wasn't he?
Advantage, Sonego.
Utilising that serve very nicely.
Advantage, Sonego.
And a good look at the one up the line. And a little bit of frustration from the American. Not for the first time here in Melbourne. Finds himself behind the 8 ball. 6-3, Sonego in front. Looking to add Tien to the list.
Well, takes out the multiple Grand Slam champion in the first round, and then
30 love.
Nick, what do you make of what you're seeing down there and what Leon? It's a little too much pressure. Yeah, Nick, not sure you caught that. Just
yeah, that was a big backhand cross court, but for Learner Tien, so I think they're ready to get behind him.
well, that's something you learn with a little bit of
Game 10. First game,
yeah, no, for sure, Ryan. And look, I haven't really seen.
just catches the top of the net there, but
yeah, guys, after that serve went down the tee, Learner Tien was moving for it and then kind of.
well, in his previous match against the Frenchman, who's known for a lot of antics and a lot of different things going on, where he won 60 matches last year.
Game, Sonego.
Across all levels, that is.
One game over.
Yeah, won 63 of 77. That is...
That's just incredible depth in the ball from Sonego.
Love 13.
It's Medvedev. That's well within his range.
15. Game, Sonego.
3 doubles in the game and a couple that he's rather
Sonego
collapsed
leads 2
on.
games to 1 second set. Love.
First serve percentage is 70% today, Ryan.
He's doing very well on the first serve percentage, especially when you get a break early on in the sets. You want to keep that first serve percentage up, not open the door too much for your opponent.
Yeah.
Out. 40 love. Game, Sonego. Sonego leads 3 games to 1.
Gipo had been to him.
Love
Certainly
15.
a constant in Italian tennis, it seems. Think, of course, of Massetti, who's been with his coach pretty much his whole life.
You see that a lot. I always use the analogy, if you're building a house, if you change the architect every year, you're not going to get anywhere. You've got to have somebody. No question about it. That trust that you build to be able to get in their ear in a pivotal moment, it takes time. Round of 16. Beautiful return there. To have that trust in them whenever something's going on mid-match and really commit that they are. Throughout my playing days, I always maintain the stance that I wanted.
Oh, he's made it somehow.
Grimace of a look on his face. So all this stretching that he's having to do to stay in these rallies, because Sonego is absolutely pumping the ball. There's been so much power behind it, depth, and you can see there just a little bit of a strain there in the face.
Missed it. Right position. Something is employed.
That's just a bit short again, and that's what we were talking about a minute ago when we were saying that when you back up that far, it's really important to have good depth on the ball. If you back
Well, guys, just after that changeover,
It's unplayable.
well done.
guys, you know what's interesting for me? I feel like when Learner Tien is moving to his forehand, but once he's having to move to the right and say hit an open stance backhand or be a little bit more defensive, that's where that right leg is really.
Well, that's a good hold there, and again,
love.
Final.
well, you just wonder at what point all those matches will eventually catch up to him. Also, lots of tennis under his belt.
40-30.
Played, didn't he? Did very well, Sonego.
Balls, please, for change.
So it'll be a bit different just playing with more of a target on his back. Guys will know him, and at this stage in his career, he's come on as a young guy. As we were talking about in the pre-match and the strategy for Sonego, who was and that's exactly why it's difficult to stay at the top. 1 point away. That's beautifully done.
6-2.
Yeah, looking very
Madison.
impressive indeed. He's not blinked so far, has the Italian. And he's one set away from a first quarter-final at a major.
Yeah, you know, guys, I have quite a few fans that are behind. You know, I'm feeling good. You just want to show your opponent that you're not going to go anywhere.
Well, Nick, I don't know about you, but when I was playing, if I had some sort of laboring injury going on, I tried to translate. That's a big second serve. 179 case. There we go. Defense to offense. So Agassi, I believe, was a teenager in 1990. I'm going to say Andre. Was he? Beautiful. Learner Tien. What he can do moving to the left of that forehand side and just really ripping the outside of this ball. He creates a lot of angle despite being pretty far back in the court.
15-14.
Well, you were talking about how well he's done saving break points in the entire tournament.
Just didn't quite get the balance on the shot.
Trying to get this crowd involved.
It's beginning to pay dividends.
40.
There he is. The young American is not done yet.
Tien leads 3 games alone.
Fast start to the third, just what he needed.
15 love.
Yeah, as you said, Ryan, I like that, the intention there in the previous point as well. I mean, you know,
That's beautifully done.
40-15. Game, Sonego.
Better get himself up and running, though.
Tien leads.
That's a good dig.
15 love.
Well, that's good stuff there from the Italian.
30-14.
Using that.
Just coming in to the shadow and out of it. I don't know if that...
That's so well done.
That is massive. Had to be.
Outside the court as he's well into the alley here. You leave so much space open. Important for Tien to find another first serve.
Deuce.
It's funny how the nets this week have been largely dead.
Sonego.
Now for Sonego.
Well, sometimes just a little luck opens the door, and he catches the top of the tape on that game point, and Tien finds himself immediately back under pressure.
Deuce.
So good.
Game Tien.
Learner Tien with a 1-2 punch
Tien
of
leads
his
4
own.
games to 1.
You agree?
Yeah, Nick,
15
I'm with you.
love.
I think. And Nick, does that also mean no points to defend here for a little
30-15.
while?
May last year he was playing $15,000 futures.
I mean, that is ridiculous to be.
Game Sonego.
Yeah, and a completely different game style, but there's definitely
Tien
parallels
leads
with
4
Ben
games.
Shelton. The last match on Rod Laver.
That's well done by the Italian. He's so quick in transition. I love how quickly he gets inside the service
15.
line. So well done.
Game Tien.
And he may be struggling, but he is fighting hard.
Tien leads 5 games to 2. 15 love. Game Sonego. New balls, please. We'll change.
And it's this strike here that pushes the Italian back, and you can see he's well back behind the court, and that's what makes this drop shot possible. You don't. Oh, how good was that?
Game Tien.
It's one hell of an effort
6
from Learner
games to
Tien.
3. Sonego leads by 2
Physically
sets to 1.
compromised. But boy, is this young man tough. He has half the deficit here on Cain. He takes the third, 6-3.
Well, guys, I got to say, I mean, how impressive was that from Learner Tien? You know, we know. Yeah, unbelievable lob there from Sonego, but just to button that up, yeah, you're right. And Learner started playing tennis when he was a toddler and won his first tournament. So that's pretty impressive to win your first tournament at the age of 5. I don't think you did that, Ryan.
Game Sonego.
But, you know, for Learner Tien, I mean, winning a tournament when he was 5 years old, I mean,
That's beautifully done. And yeah, guys, to kind of piggyback on that, I've seen at times, and even at this level, that mode, I call it like a half-tanking mode, where they start to swing for the fences and they try to minimize the pressure they're feeling in the moment by telling themselves, you know, I don't care, or, you know, whatever, let's just let it fly. But large in part, you see go with the more practice makes perfect. The fail to prepare to fail sort of mentality. And
Can't do so.
yeah, just definitely a different personality than, let's say, the guy that we're going to see later tonight in Alex Demon.
Game Sonego.
Has won 12 of the first 13 points in this fourth set.
Yeah, and have to stave off a few break points. It is possible if you're able to keep this scoreline close enough that that scoreboard pressure can. And you're having to fight off all those thoughts that could enter your mind. The point.
Read the forehand, didn't he?
Yeah, he's still living and dying by that forehand he's been.
Deuce.
You've got to find it, everything in you here to see if you can keep this one break.
Advantage Sonego.
That slice and mixing up the spins.
Deuce.
Not been too many of those over the course of the fortnight.
Game 10.
Just got enough of a look at it, didn't he?
Love.
And his good friend Jannik Sinner is already through to the quarterfinals. And he has hung so tough throughout this tournament.
Game 15 love.
Yeah, I'm sure Gipo Arpino is very proud as well of being such a big part of this journey too. Lorenzo Sonego is into the last 8 of a major for the very first time in his career.
So far, right? Good luck, man. Thank you.
Some words of consolation and some words of care, it seemed, as well, towards the American team, who's had a phenomenal fortnight. But this man prevails and becomes the 6th Italian male in history to reach the quarterfinals of the Australian Open. He's broken new ground. He's through in 4.
And please show your appreciation.